Having done a recent spate of videos on science fiction, modern, sort of classic sci-fi and fantasy, hearing that Alien is coming back to us should be exciting news, but as always, you gotta look at the details. So, what's the news? Well, essentially, Noah, who was supposed to be doing Star Trek, he's done Fargo, which I've heard many good things about, but I am one of the few skeptics about Fargo the movie, so I am not sure that's a good thing that he's doing the TV series on Fargo, but that's me. We'll get into me and the Coens down the road, though. In terms of Alien, well, apparently he's written the first couple of scripts, and they're going to do something for Hulu. And Hulu is good because you can do more explicit material on Hulu, so that's good, because if this was on Disney Plus, that would be very worrying, because I never really thought of Alien or the Alien series as a kind of straightforward horror series, but you definitely have horror elements. So you need to show some graphic material. There's just no way around that. And as always, there's been a lot of buzz and misrepresentation about what he is doing, what he is not doing. So what is he doing, and is this a problem? Well, he's telling us it's not going to be Ripley focused. Helen Ripley is not going to appear in the series. I honestly don't think this is a controversy because, frankly, I saw Alien Resurrection in theaters. I thought it was okay. Even then, Sigourney Weaver really was at the end of her rope with Ripley. I mean, she's supposed to be a clone, but why is she old? I think if you want to see Ripley as Ripley, really, it's Alien 3. That's when she physically looks at least similar to original Ripley, and Alien 3, I think, was even worse than 4. So make of that what you will, but we have to say goodbye to Ripley. I mean, they're just not going to spend the money to bring back Sigourney Weaver in her prime. Maybe in a cameo, but, entire episodes or an entire movie, I think we just have to say goodbye to Ripley, at least in terms of a long-form narrative. But now the other controversy is class politics, which some people are going crazy over that he's going to bring that into Alien, but it's like, that was already in Alien. That's basal to the story of the first one, and certainly the second one. It's very explicit about how the corporation is abusing these people, so I'm a little puzzled as to what they're talking about. I mean, the way I see it, like Alien 1 and 2 had class politics, but were pretty good films. 3 and 4 also had class politics, but they were not very good films. So the issue here is not politics, it's the direction that the writer and the director take. If you have a great director and you have a good script, it's good results, but if you have a kind of weak script and weak direction, then things are going to go haywire. And that's not saying anything about David Fincher or Joss Whedon, because the studio really interfered with what they were doing. So we guys basically got studio schlop with parts 3 and 4. But is no other solution to our problems? Well, I'm a little mixed, because he's also saying that this is going to be essentially kind of a prequel series. So we're going back in time. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the class politics either. I'm not disturbed that he's going to focus on inequality. But he's also saying it's going to be focused on Earth, which I'm a little bit like a puzzle. I mean, it's called Alien. The whole point of the xenomorph is it's something they find in space, away from Earth. Are they going to retcon the xenomorph to be from Earth? Because that would, I think, be really disruptive of the mythology. And I myself preferred it when the xenomorph had a lot of mysteries. I mean, I tried to get through Alien Covenant, but I just got bored after the first 30 minutes. I just stopped watching. I'll give it another chance, but yeah, I prefer the mysterious xenomorph. I really don't need a big explanation. If they want to give me a couple more details, that's fine, but giving a long, drawn-out explanation, I really don't care. And what they've done with that part of it has not been very interesting. He's also saying it's going to be more focused on the humans, and well, it depends on the characters, but the human characters have been a very mixed bag in the Alien series, so I don't know if that's a good idea either. And he's also telling us they're really taking their time to focus on special effects. And right there, I think that is a genuine controversy, because the more and more they move towards CGI and away from the practical, the worse and worse it's gotten. Like, the xenomorph never looks bad, at least that's always maintained quality, but again, what's really powerful about the first couple films is we know that's somebody in a costume, we know that's a robot, it's got a tactile feel to it, so them focusing more on the special effects is, I think, not the right route they should be focused on. But he's saying, like, yeah, we're going to move away from practical to the CGI, which I'm like, why would that be a good idea? All right. A very mixed verdict, but it's glad we're getting an update. Apparently it will happen. We are going to finally get Alien on the small screen, because this has been in gestation for a very long time. So it's been there, but they just haven't moved on it. So apparently it will be going forward. Some good ideas, some bad ideas. So some non-controversies and some controversies. Ripley not being a big part of the story, that's a non-controversy. Class politics, at least for me, that's a non-controversy too. If you've honestly seen these films and not picked up on that, that's great. That just shows the brilliance of Ridley Scott and James Cameron they were able to embed those themes without being too explicit. But yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that class politics is in both films. Ironically, the second one is probably more feminist than focused on class, but well, there you go. And the other parts of the series also focus on class, but I don't think they did a good job on just the basic story. But I don't know. Going back too far in time, I'm a little nervous, and making it too much on Earth also makes me nervous. And doing more stuff on CGI makes me very, very nervous. I just don't care. Maybe AVP is this hidden gem, which I've denied myself, but I suffered through a trailer, and I'm just like, this looks like gunk. It just looks like meaningless gunk. And I like Predator. I like Alien. I really enjoy the first couple films in both series, but the more and more they keep focusing on special effects, the more and more they're showing they don't have a good story, they don't have good ideas for a script, so they're just focusing on really meaningless garbage in digital form. But that's my opinion. Tentative hope that a miracle will be pulled off and he'll give us some really great scripts and some really good actors. But gotta be honest, the story of the Alien franchise is mostly decline. It's not as bad as Hellraiser. It's also not in a good state either. And like many people, I've played around with my own idea for an Alien movie or Alien series, but I don't know, maybe its time is over and we just really need to retire it and then come back to it with a complete radical reboot and just rethink the whole thing, because so far it's just not working, at least in my opinion. Thanks for listening.